Alright, boys and girls, let's get started on today's lesson. So today we're going to talk about the people or animals and stories and where those stories are happening when we read them. My goal for us today during this lesson is that you'll be able to find and figure out what the characters and settings are either in a sentence, story, or a picture today. And to help us get to that goal, we're going to play a matching game, have question and answer time with our elbow partners, use highlighters for our characters and settings and sentences, and we're also going to look at pictures. So first I'm going to ask you to hold up a certain amount of fingers so I can see how much you may or may not know about characters and settings, okay? And I want you to be honest. There's no right or wrong answer here. If you've heard the words characters and setting before and you know what they mean, I want you to hold up 3 fingers. If you have heard of the words but are not quite sure what they mean, I want you to show me 2 fingers. And show me 1 finger if you haven't heard of them before. And remember that it's about being honest. There's no right or wrong answer. Okay, good. I'm glad you were all very honest. So we'll start with character. Would anyone like to share what they know about the word character or what it means? Right, a character is a person in a story. Did you know that it could also be an animal? And it doesn't just have to be a story. It can be a movie or a TV show or even a picture. Hands high in the sky if you would like to share a character that you may know. Perfect. Mickey Mouse is a character. He's a character in books and in a cartoon. Wouldn't you agree? Isn't he an animal? Yes, hands on your shoulders if you can name a character in a story who is a person. Great job. Junie B. Jones is a person in our daily reading book, isn't she? So now let's think about setting. A setting is where the story is taking place. What other places did we say that we could find characters besides a book? Good. Good. So do you think the settings could be in other places besides books too? Yes, that's right. A setting is the time and place where the story or the movie or the TV show or whatever happened. Hands on your shoulders if you think you could tell me the setting of your favorite cartoon. Yes, Sarah, SpongeBob does happen in Bikini Bottom. That's a place, right? So I have a tricky question for you. Let's put on our thinking caps. Hands on your head if you know when in the cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants that it happens or takes place. Okay, during the day, I think that's a good answer. At night, okay, that is the time when it takes place. Okay, Johnny, why do you say in the summer? Oh, because they always go to the beach. That's pretty good. Great answers, class. Now that you know a little more about characters and settings, you're going to play a matching game with a partner. I will pass around the bags with the game in it, and before you start, I need you and your partner to label the note cards. One as character and the other as setting. And then you'll sort the pieces and place all of the characters under the character label and all of the settings under the settings label. After you complete that, raise your hand and I'll come and check it, and then you can take turns placing the characters into their settings. Ready and go. I like what I see. Is everyone noticing that their characters are people and animals? So, do you think this game was easy or hard? Okay, good. You all did a wonderful job, and I'm glad you all worked with your partner as a team. So now I want to ask you to be honest, and we're going to hold up fingers again. Hold up a 1 if you are starting to understand what the terms mean, a 2 if you think you've got it, or a 3 if you think you know it well enough that you could teach it to a friend. Awesome, thank you for being honest. So we're going to talk to our elbow partners a little bit to help us get more familiar with these words. So I'll ask you a couple of questions and you'll respond to either your left or right elbow partner, and I'll tell you which one when we get there. So I'm going to take a picture right now, and I want you to tell your left elbow partner what our setting is going to be. Remember, our setting is our when and our where. So tell your left elbow partner now, and we'll look at the picture after. I like what I'm hearing. Some of you said the place it happened was the classroom, and some of you said the school. Either one of those is correct. For the when or the time that it happened, I heard someone say during reading time, during our reading lesson, or Wednesday, or any form of the date, and those are all correct too, okay? I did hear somewhere in the room that they thought the setting was the desk, so let's all look at the photo that I took and talk about what our terms mean. Who are our characters? Great. So our setting again is when and where it took place. So we want to look and see, where does it look like this picture was taken? Right, in the classroom or in the school. Our characters, you guys, are sitting in the desk, but that's not the setting of the picture or where it took place. Now I want to ask you to think about if you wrote a story, when and where would you want it to take place? Tell your right elbow partner now. So I heard some really good ideas, and Sarah shared that her story would happen at the North Pole during Christmas. That is wonderful. You told me not just where, but when also. So now I want you to think about your favorite book, movie, or TV show and turn to your right elbow partner and describe the characters you may have read about or seen. As I'm walking around, I'm hearing someone describe Junie B. Jones as mischievous. What a fantastic descriptive word. That is impressive. So now, after our elbow partner time, I think most of you have gotten a little more comfortable with the terms. So go ahead and turn to your left elbow partner, and I want you to retell them what you think the character and setting means. Ready? Go. I like that you all remember that an animal can be a character too, and that the setting can also include when it is happening, like Sarah's example when she said during Christmas. So I want us to all say it together out loud this time. We'll start with what we think a character is. A character is a person or animal in a story. I love that you all added your own description when we said that out loud, like when you also added a movie or a picture, because you're right. Do you think that we could also say that a character is a person or an animal in a setting, in a story or a movie or whatever? Me too. I agree. So now let's state out loud what we think setting is. A setting is the time and place or when and where that a story happens. Awesome. You all are doing such a wonderful job. Can you all show me the number of fingers and how you feel about the terms now? That's awesome. I'm so glad you have all almost reached our goal for the day. Now you're going to work with the partner to find and highlight characters and settings in 2 sentences. So let's do one together. We will do yellow for the characters and pink for the setting. What color are we doing for the characters? And what color are we doing for the setting? I'm glad you're all being such great listeners. So it says, my family and my dog are at the beach. Let's start with characters. Who is our sentence talking about? The family. Good. Who else? Right, the dog. Awesome. Let's highlight that. Okay. So family and dog. Okay. So where are they? Yeah, the beach. And that's our setting. And we're going to do that with pink. Nice. Great job. Now you and your partner can work together or take turns and help one another out on the 2 sentence strips on your desk. You can give me a thumbs up when the 2 of you are done. Okay, Robert, who are the characters in our first sentence? Right, Mom and Tom. And Cameron, what's the setting? Yes, the store. Ruby, what about the second one? Yes, teacher is who and the library is where. Perfect. I do believe you are all ready to move on to the independent work. On this work page, you will do exactly what you have just done, just now by yourself. Then the next activity, there's an example already done for you right here. You have to name the setting, and the setting is the picture, and then you kind of get to be creative and name characters that you think you would find in that setting. For example, the second picture here is the barn. So don't list like a giraffe, because odds are you wouldn't find a giraffe in a barn, okay? What's one animal that you might find in the barn, Jose? A horse, absolutely. Here you will see a bonus question, okay, where you won't find the setting in the sentence, but you have to think about what the setting might be, and then you can write your answer there. And after you've done the whole page, then you can turn it on the back and create your own setting, and then add in characters of your choice. All right, class, we will be moving on to another subject shortly, so I want to go ahead and start cleaning up. Hands on your head if you can tell me one thing that you learned today. Yes, characters are the people or animals in a story, book, cartoon, or TV show. Thank you for adding that on. Good. Hands on your shoulders if you can tell me something else. Setting is where the story takes place. That's right. So the setting is the when and the where. You guys were such great listeners and hard workers for me today. Thank you. I made a goal for us at the beginning of reading time, and I said that I wanted for us to be able to find and figure out what characters and settings were in sentences, stories, and pictures. Do you think we met our goal? Me too. Great job.